You're not telling me about it?
I'll tell you. Yeah. Okay. So I was having a conversation with Michael, one of the founding members, therapist
Oh,
out of
okay. Yeah, yeah,
Prague,
yeah. Yep.
did his internship project.
Yeah, you guys have a video together, which was a great video.
Yeah, thanks to him. That's all him. Okay, so we're having this discussion on neurological tightness, which is funny, because I have my from FR with you.
Oh, that's old, eh?
Yeah. And I have uh neurological tightness is not tension.
Correct.
Right? I took notes,
Correct.
man. I took notes. So, okay, anyway, yeah, I was going over
On
this.
that note, just sort of interrupt you. That's why like people that take FR with me, they probably think I'm like like I'm a nitpicky guy. But that's why when people say things like neurological tension, it's that's like fingers on a chalkboard for me.
So that's the psychological, that's what shatters the psychological cohesion.
Hmm. Because it's not neurological tension. Tension is like lengthening ability.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I do because I took the notes. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. I wasn't taught that in school.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that. That was the first time I've come across that concept, which if you don't understand that concept, I highly suggest you take the time to understand that concept.
Right.
It
Yeah. No,
will,
I mean, again, it's, a lot of people might go, "Oh, well, it's just semantics." And, maybe so until you get into the specifics of trying to understand the behavior of tension versus the behavior of tightness. And then it's not semantics anymore.
right. Because the two are findings that are trainable and treatable.
For sure.
And when you
For sure.
overlay the biological law of specificity over top of that, if you have tightness and you treat it like tension, you're not going to have a lot of success, and vice
Correct.
versa.
That's right.
And that,
So what were you and Michael talking about then?
well, that's a huge roadblock. So, okay, so we're essentially walking through neurological tightness, right?
Okay.
And so he's essentially showing me like the different strategies that he has to reduce neurological tightness. Okay.
Okay.
And there's a couple of different strategies. And so I think that if we kind of overlay that with the neural network, that then like we can start to see what's going on. Okay,
Okay.
so one of the strategies, so I have a couple things that I do in the clinic, and you can obviously, you're not shy to give me feedback when so listen. So one of the things that I'll do, if I have neurological tightness, right? That means that the hidden layer, correct me if I'm wrong, the hidden layer is outputting into the output layer a behavior that says, "Don't let me go to length."
Okay.
Okay. All right. So what Michael was telling me, so one of the things that I'll do is if I don't really want to deal with it per se, I just energetically fatigue the entire output level doing repeated efforts to failure, and then
Hmm.
the nervous system doesn't have the ability to express that behavior anymore. And now I'm into a new range of motion.
Okay.
You with me?
Hmm.
But that's just energetically fatiguing the output layer. I still haven't dealt with this. And this is the layer that's outputting into that. If this had energy, it would still give the same behavior.
Sure.
Okay. So then I told him, I'm like, listen, like, so this is a very effective way to do that. If you have tight, like what I tell people is like, listen, if you have tightness and you don't know where at in this hidden layer is giving you that behavior, right? Just fatigue everything. Just drain everything out and then just start to then try to put inputs into that hidden layer. You with me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So can I paraphrase or no?
No, please do, because you'll probably say
Okay.
it in a
So
much better way.
let's make a like an easy case. Let's say that we have neurological tightness of a quadricep. So it's reducing the athlete's ability to have bent knee flexion or knee flexion. Uh, and so, and let's say we have a goal that the athlete needs, whatever that might be. Let's say it's 120 degrees of knee flexion, and we're getting neurological tightness at 80 degrees. So we have a 40-degree discrepancy. What we're saying is that to start to access into that 40 degrees, one of the strategies that we can use